'Twas a few days before Christmas, and all around the house, Gladys was dancing and ironing her blouse. Not a thing out of place could ever be found, for she constantly straightened. I mean, you could eat off the ground. Her nails, they were perfect. Her hair was in curls. Her clothes, they were costly, envied by all the girls. Her Christmas tree was brought in by the greatest designer, who cost her a fortune, but hey, this was minor. She dusted her Bible with painstaking care, in hopes that the pastor would notice it there. With her nativity up and presents all wrapped, Gladys felt sure she was ready for a long winter's nap. Then what to her wondering eyes did appear but a note at the door, saying a guest would be here. The note was embossed with gold letters impressive. It was scented with lavender, which Gladys thought was excessive. Now when Gladys turned over the note, so mysterious, she could scarce take it in, or was she delirious? A prophet, a priest, and a king, all in one. The visitor was coming, and she was quite undone. What a disgrace it would be to be caught in her robe. So into her closet, quickly she dove. She ripped through her closet with all her clothes flying. She searched through her wardrobe, everything trying. At last she emerged in colors so gracious. If the truth be told, she was looking quite bodacious. True to form, she confidently made her house ready as she waited for royalty, feeling quite heavy. When what did she hear but a knock at the door?
Who is it?
When she opened it, she found a girl who was poor.
Hello.
Hello. I'm freezing. It's cold outside and I have nothing warm to wear.
Well, then shut the
But
door.
I don't have a house.
I want you on the other side of it.
But I'm cold.
You are not a king. I am waiting for a king. Be gone.
Now, Gladys considered herself good to the less fortunate, but no one could blame her for getting rid of this subordinate. Determined to be ready to receive her guest fair, Gladys went to the mirror to poof up her hair. She decided to sing as she made up her table.
Joy to the world.
She was sure to impress with her cooking skills able. At last came the knock, and Gladys was all a-twitter. It was very last minute, but she threw on some glitter. The man at the door was so unexpected. He was filthy and tired and utterly rejected.
Hello, who are you?
Someone.
Can I help you?
I'm hungry. Can I please have some food?
Oh, we're all out of food. There's none of it left. None of it. It's all gone.
What can I smell? What's on your table?
Nothing. There's no food here. Yeah, I'm waiting for a king. You're not a king.
How could it be that tonight of all nights, these beggars would show up and threaten my delight? Gladys used air spray And she wasn't beyond admitting she was glad to get rid of the smell he'd been emitting. Unnerved just a bit, Gladys poured out some tea. I must steady my nerves if I'm to meet royalty. When only a moment or two had elapsed, Gladys answered the door and collapsed. Quick to recover, Gladys sprung to her feet. Gladys sprung to her feet. And to the sick, said in a voice not so sweet,
Who are you? What do you want?
I was in a car accident and I feel.
No, we're gone! Get out! Get out! No phone here. No phone here. No phone here. No. Oh, there it goes! Be gone!
The events of this evening seemed completely absurd. Gladys was rattled and nearly had a bird. It would be impossible to welcome a king nor a duke unless she could get rid of this pile of puke. What else could go wrong? This simply can't be. Don't these people know who I am? His Majesty chose me. More knocking. Oh no. It gave Gladys a fright. She swung wide the door, half expecting this sight. There stood a man with disheveled appearance. An ex-convict? What does he want? Royalty clearance?
What would you like?
Look,
What is this? Can I help you?
I was in jail, now I'm not, but...
Get out! You're not! Get out! Get out! There's where that lip came from!
Our lady in question didn't know what to think. Her hopes for this evening were beginning to sink. Something inside her was feeling uneasy. Had she done the right thing? She was feeling so queasy. Then in a twinkling, a bright light did shine, and an angel appeared, who was clearly divine.
Who are you?
I'm an angel sent by God.
The angel told Gladys of her real work and reminded her of the humility of Jesus' birth. They talked of the visitors, and God's Spirit helped her see, what you do for the least of these, you do it for me. Gladys now realized the error of her ways, and she knelt on her knees and started to pray. It's always amazing what God can redeem. We must remember Christ's birth was completely supreme. How God knew the end from Christ's humble beginning, which would offer us freedom from a life full of sinning.
In Matthew 25, 31 through 40, it says, "When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall he gather all nations, and he shall separate them one from another as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, with the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right, Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom, prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, you gave me meat. I was thirsty, you gave me drink. I was a stranger, but you took me in. I was naked, but you clothed me. And I was sick.